Hi everybody, it's Andrea, aka Violet Kitty 411, and welcome back to my channel. We are back in Strangetown doing another home redesign. Today our clients are the singles. And let's read it. Has there ever been a group of roommates so different from one another? As if living in Strangetown isn't hard enough, will these girls be able to accept their differences and be friends, or will the tension tear the house apart? Okay, so those are our clients. We're going to use a multiplier of their bank, which is 22,901, and randomly choose their house. So let's get on with it. So here we are, and the multiplier of their bank account is 4.5, pretty decent. So we'll have almost 100,000 to work with. And the house, 1 to 10. Starting 7. Okay, so we'll see which one that is. Okay, so this was 1 last time, meaning this is 1 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're skipping these 2. 5, 6, 7. So we're going to be doing this little Cape Codder right here. There we go. Okay, the Cape Cod Classic, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Probably pretty good for 4 girls. Oh, okay, so this is a small Cape Codder. Before I strip it, it currently goes for $25,709, and the budget that I'm working with is actually $103,054. Now, one thing I wanted to address is this lot size shows 30 by 30, and that is actually 20 by 30 because they include the 10 tiles between this sidewalk and this sidewalk in the total footprint, but it is actually 20 by 30. So let's take a quick look. This is, as I mentioned, a Cape Codder. And I'm not going to harvest any space from the roof because a Cape Codder really should have about that pitch of a roof, about a 45-degree angle, maybe even a little steeper, but not by much. But yeah, so that's about right. But so this is the upper floor and then the lower floor, and it does have a good size footprint. And then so of course we're going to be doing a basement. I have a lot of money to work with, so I'm probably going to do a little bit of some gardening as well. So let's just do what normally we do, which is of course strip the walls and the floors and then dig out the basement, because why not? Why wouldn't I do that? One thing I would like to point about this build is there was not a refrigerator installed. And new Sims, when you place them on a lot, will often ask for things that they immediately need, specifically a refrigerator, a shower or tub, and a toilet. So a lot of times when I do an unfurnished build, I will actually just place sinks where they belong because they don't ask for those, but that way people know what I intended and they can place them and get the bonuses. So this was, of course, a very flat piece of land, meaning that digging the basement will pose no problem. So I actually had Daisy sitting on my lap, and that was a little difficult because her tail was hitting my keyboard. Silly girl. Okay, so putting it right at the corner where it belongs, and then going exactly 3 levels down is exactly how deep you want it. And obviously this is a just very rectangular foundation, so there's not a lot of interest, but that's fine. And we will just go ahead and dig it the way we are supposed to. There we go, done. Now delete and level that. There we go. So this house is very right justified, being the entrance and the exit are both very much to the right of the building, and it would be what would be called a shotgun, meaning that with a good shot you can go from one to the other and make it straight through the building. That was actually a very typical architectural style found particularly in the bayou area because of the nature of opening doors is for breezes. Now, like always, choosing the location of the staircase, and exactly which staircase you choose to use is going to be the number one consideration. And I'm going to use this spiral simply because of the smaller footprint. Go down and put the same one down there. Again, smaller footprint. Make sure it's oriented exactly the same. Double check to make sure, and it is. Now we're going to do the upstairs. I'm going to do something. We have weather in our house. This build will absolutely create weather in our house if we don't section these off. Now what I've done in previous builds is that I section them off for closets, but this is a very small build. So what I am actually going to do, and work with me here a little bit shorter, is we're going to save as much space as we can by having doors to each room right here, and this just the teeniest, tiniest little bathroom for each of these rooms. It's strange, I know, but they won't mind weather in their house for the time it takes to use the toilet or take a shower. Now downstairs, I did want to continue the whole open concept here. In a house of this vintage, typically open concept is not going to be a thing, but we can kind of work our way around that by creating delineated spaces. And so here we have the the large main living area, a little powder room over here. This could be a third bedroom or a study, and this would be basically the master bedroom, or this is the master bedroom, this is the bathroom that goes with that master bedroom. In fact, I can orient it in the opposite direction to create a better kitchen space. I'll move the window over here. And the kitchen space will have the tiniest little eating space, or we could put an eating space here or here. Kind of depends on what we feel like. Now for the basement, this will be very much a playable basement. Back here we will have another powder room. This will be the gym area, and then this will be the gardening area. And right now with my walls, but stripped of it, it is sitting at $21,500. So of course we do want to do whatever we can to prevent the weather in my house situation. So I do like to put the ceiling tiles on top of here, and I probably will consider giving custom ceilings to the room simply because I can, but it's not necessary. But again, do anything you can to prevent that weather in my house situation. Now, I don't really mind the cream siding for this, but Cape Codders tend to have a little more rustic, organic outer look, so I would seriously consider going with something like a scallop or a shingle, something that just looks more, well, a little bit more rustic. So I'm going to find the right one and I'll be back. Okay, and I did just consult. Yes, they do tend to be shingled, but they also tend to be brown, blue, gray with white trim. So this industrial foundation would definitely not be the thing. I was thinking of maybe a blue-gray shingles, and I'm going to use the ones from Sims Life Story because I love them so much. Now I went ahead and put it all the way around. I did think that maybe we could do what we saw echoed in the Pleasant house and put some dormers on the back of the house to increase the space. I'm going to see how that looks and we'll figure that out. Maybe we will. As far as the foundation, I think something a little more rustic, like the log cabin type rocks. That looks really nice. Okay, so I am going to do that, but in order to do that, I do actually have to take some walls off first. I have to take off, okay, page down again. I have to take off this much wall and this much wall in order to do it. And now I will grab the dormers, put them 2 tiles in just like they are in the front. All right, now top down, page down. All right, and in order to make it work the way we want, now I can edit it the way I'm going to do it, right like that, all the way across. Then move this out, move that out, and now this will become the closet just like it was meant to be, and these will each be a private bathroom for the girls. So yeah, now we've got even more bathroom space. Now I always like to set my lighting to nighttime when I light them up. That way it is fully lit, and then put my surfaces on. Okay, so now that I have the whole house lit up, we will set it to daylight and put our textures on. So a quick tip, if you want to put this down here, it will actually flatten out. But if you want to, for one reason, retain this, what you do is put a line of this around here, then you can fill it in, because I'm only wanting to do this much, and the reason is I want to dig this much of a fishing pond, and I wanted to make sure I didn't mess things up. So we're going to just do this with the smallest. Oop. Wow, it's really being difficult on me. Okay, so you'll want to remove that first, but be very careful. Oh, no, it's not working. Okay, I figured it out. I had this light here. I couldn't dig with it with the light over top. That was my fault. Okay, so yeah, we'll put the flooring around, right like I showed you. And then that. Now I'm going to create that much. That's all they need just to walk around to get to the garden. I got to be a little on the dainty side because it is sometimes hard for them to fish in these, but they can fish year round until the water freezes. Now I'll just place our doors and arches the way I need them to be, and then I'll exit to the neighborhood and come back in so they function. Now while I was in the neighborhood, I did actually check the girls' aesthetics, check to see what they were wearing, because if I'm designing for a random sim, I tend to go pretty neutral, but if I'm designing with one in mind, I kind of keep that in mind when I am designing the home. So of course we did put the blue shingles with the white border all the way around, changed the roof, added the 2 extra dormers so we recovered some space, changed the roof color to be a nice blue slate, grounded it with some shrubbery and flowers leaning up the walk, and yes, if you put the gate right on the sidewalk, yes, it does work. So as we enter the building, we do see that we have our formal sitting room right here with 2 delineated conversation spaces, and also some easels because my Sims work very hard. As I always do, there is a dresser with a phone right inside so they can change as soon as they walk through the door. Off of the main living area is a dining room, the staircase, and a short little hallway that goes into the kitchen. Now right here is one of our half baths. The kitchen has pretty much the basics in it with an eating space. I did kind of really enjoy doing the blues for this particular house like I did with Darren's house. I like working in blue, even though well, never mind, I have a lot of blue in my own home. What am I saying? Off of the kitchen, we can get to the dining room here and to one of our bedrooms here. Now, since we are in Strangetown, this bedroom is outfitted for Bella Goth because there is always the opportunity to meet her. As a matter of fact, my last AJ loaner married her, and they had a little girl whom they named Cassie. And Bella doesn't know why she was so attached to naming this child Cassie. Adjoining that bedroom is the formal dining room. Now, in a home this size, I can't really justify a room dedicated just to dining, so it is a multi-purpose room. They can work on their logic here, plus there's also a bookcase. As we go up, there's just a very tiny landing going to the 2 different bedrooms. The dark door is what I have for the twins because it's got the burgundy and the green to match their skin. Is that too cute? I thought so. Pretty Spartan digs. For one thing, I'm running out of money, but for another, they're not going to spend a lot of time, but each of the girls have their own closet, plus each bedroom has 1 bathroom for them to share in the beautiful blues. For Kristin and Erin to share, I leaned into the pink, much lighter for them, and an identical bathroom. And off of the guest bedroom, there is a bathroom as well. I'm really hoping they find Bella because that would be cool. Downstairs, we do have a workout room and a ballet bar. If they want to watch TV, they've got to stand and do it or figure out how to ride the bike and do it, because that would be fun. They can't actually do it. I just like to believe they can. There is just a little powder room. And as I showed you earlier, an area for fishing and gardening. Not a lot. Okay, so I gave our girls the 103,054, and we're going to go ahead and put them in, but I would like to point out that they're right down the hill from Erin's brother Loki, and she got all the personality in the family, and just catty corner from the twins' genetic donor. And it's move-in day. Our girls are getting to know each other. And let's see what they think. So since Kristin wants to be in the athletic career, we're going to have her do a little working out. Got the TV there, which, like I said, she can't watch. Chloe did actually find the other TV because I put one in the guest room, but I had her join her twin sister because we want them to have a good relationship. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like all the twins in this game don't like each other. Erin's over here learning some cooking because she wants to be in the culinary career. So I think they do like it, and it looks like they're gonna live here happily ever after, or at least until they find their forever homes. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the pixelated world. And that's all I have to say. VK out.